Okay. Hello. Cool. I am live. Welcome to my live stream, everyone. We just shoot the shit. So we don't really set the topic for stream. So it's more like a Q&A live stream. We've already got a question, seems like, but I don't really talk about politics. Yes, I do. I do talk a little bit, probably more like Japan politic, but definitely not American politic. I will stay away from it. Yeah. Oh, Seymour, thanks for the super chat already. For super chats, I will give you shout outs. For multiple super chats or, bigger super chats, I will also give you stickers, which is from Japanese gachapon. Gacha gacha. Oh, 10 yenも. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'll catch up the comment later. Frank, welcome back. Maddogan, question for you. What is the main type of Japanese humor? I've heard different things from it ranging from like a very strict intellectual all the way to it being almost non-existent. まあ確かにね、Japanese humor is more like Japanese comedy humor in general is more for というか more the ones you do as a toddler. You know what I mean? Toddler kind of behavior or like says things very childish, like silly, like super silly. So I think if you come from like America, you would feel like childish, immature when it comes to Japanese humor, right? And when it comes to like intellectual, like more smarter kind of comedy, when it comes to that, we already have 落語。落語ってさ、落語っていうのは traditional storytelling. まあ storytelling, it's not just a true storytelling, it's a comedic storytelling ね。it's been going on like hundreds of years in Japan. Those are more like it's got more status and it's more like considered higher, like more smarter, higher version of comedy. But the comedy you see in Japanese like TV show, that's more like very childish. Kana. And then the nuance is it kind of depends on the region. Like Kansai definitely has their pride. They have so much pride in like comedy. Kansai people, they take humor very seriously. Kansai people, whereas Tokyo, not much. Like we don't have like Tokyo style comedy or anything. We have Kansai style comedy. That's the most popular one. Yeah. But those are kind of silly, you know. But it's just fun spirited. You know what I mean? Very fun spirited, silly humor is more popular in Japan. だね。Lloyd, welcome back. Real world, hello. I follow Korean love stories on Netflix rather than politics. Okay. Let's get the party started. 10 yen. Do you only do consultations through Line? I tried adding you, but Line doesn't work well for me. まあ、if you can't, あれかな。Instagram DM. If Line doesn't work, Instagram DM is I can easily adapt というか、do it. The good thing about Line, if you add me online, you can get the promo or like some kind of invitation. Let's say like matchmaking invitation faster than any other platforms. But I'm sure some people cannot really use Line smoothly. So in that case, Instagram DM definitely work. So yeah, thanks for asking. 10 円。そうだね。なんか which platform to use is kind of like pain in pain in the ass for sure. And once Justin, he's IT engineer. Once Justin has more time to work on like making systems for Wing Woman service, I will definitely ask him to do like how the ask him to make a platform everyone can easily join. But so far I have Line, and then if you want to communicate with Japanese women, Line, you need a Line. You almost always need a Line. Especially というか if you want to interact with Japanese people, locals, you know what I mean? So yeah, I definitely recommend to figure out. Cheroro, welcome. Sizzle, welcome. Nat Turner, among young Japanese people your age, what is the general feeling about Sanae Takaichi? My age was not that young. I guess younger. I mean, of all Japanese population, I'm definitely the younger one. But まあそうだよね。20s, 30s, younger generation, right? think she had a really big. She successfully got a good impression at the beginning. Everybody was expecting toなんていうの? Everybody was excited, right? At the first survey, she got like 70% of like 何 trust 70% of the Japanese people have a good impression in Sanae Takaichi, right? So she really made an impression, right? She is the first prime minister in history, female prime minister, right? And then she actually has a good presentation, right? Unlike many other politicians in Japan. At least she's not like sleepy old man. So people really liked her, right? But at this point, I don't think many people are like, she's kind of half-ass, you know. Oh no, is that because her biggest ambition when it comes to, you know, things that she really want to accomplish is that militarize Japan, which is scary, which is like super bold idea considering, you know, the history of Japan after World War II, right? Well, many people disagree with it. Many people disagree with it. And everything else is kind of not really her focus, I think. Like, yeah, she's kind of tightening というか, she's becoming more strict with foreign resident in Japan, especially Chinese people. Yeah, now that Sanae is making many like statements about China, it's the relationship with China is really worse. But she's making like quite like aggressive towards China, and then because she wants to kind of like pressure Chinese people in Japan, she's tightening many rules towards foreigners, which affects a lot of foreigners, like even non-Chinese foreigners, right? So yeah, but そうだね. Like I can't like her. I wish I could. She's a, you know, good. She could have been a good female role model, but she's not. She's a female, but her mindset is more towards like patriarchal culture. She just has a power. She's almost like a guy. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? Does Japan have popular comedians? We have many comedians. We have, but not internationally, かな? Ones who are successful internationally, it's very few, but one of them is definitely Naomi Watanabe. She's in New York right now, doing comedy show, stand-up comedy. Although stand-up comedy wasn't her thing, but she had to adjust to Western comedy style because she she wants to perform in Broadway. So she has been, trying to adjust the comedy style, and then she's been doing stand-up comedy. So Naomi Watanabe, Japanese people love her. So check her out. Yumi Nagashima, she's in Canada. Yeah. But she's not famous at all in Japan. I think Western people know her, Yumi Nagashima. But Japanese people, no. Akim, hi. How much does a man need to make per year to be considered marriage material to Japanese women? これは depends だけど if you are talking about like in Japan, right? In Japan. In Japan. 500万なんだけどね。I can't really 500万円。これはドル。違う。$30,000. But more than $30,000 per year. だって。30,000. Roughly 30,000. まあね。30,000. まあ、if you work full time, it's reachable. And if you don't, that's not like the end of the day. It's like a it's really about the, it's not just about money. It's about money, but when I talk about money, it's not just about how much you make, or it's more about how much you can contribute. Maybe your income, but maybe your work, household work, housework, childcare. If you can contribute to those things, that will compensate the income, right? And then that is what Japanese women watch. It's not simply about how much you make, but how much you can contribute to the household. If you make $30,000, even more than that, but you don't seem to do any housework, right? That's like, that's more likely the disappointment for a lot of Japanese women. But if you have like so-so income, so-so income, but you seem to be eager to contribute to a household, then that is very attractive to many Japanese women. That's it. How does Justin get work in Japan? Justin はね、it wasn't easy. He definitely started from like a 会話 teacher, English teaching. And it was not full-time job. But eventually his friend introduced him to a company who hires full-time. And then from there, because he's got this full-time gig, it became a little more easier to get another session full-time position. So yeah, he definitely, his situation is not like nepo baby like nepo kind of situation. That's not the situation. I followed your advice for dating apps. I optimized my profile and got a few matches, but they keep either ghosting me or never meet up. Always the same line. I'm busy even on weekends. And the more time passes on text, eventually they just ghost. What do I need to say to keep it going? なるほどね。まあ、it can be many reasons. Many reasons. It's either, if you are getting some matches, getting ghosted is very much normal, right? So how many matches actually you get of all the likes you sent, right? Well, let's say if you send the likes to 10 women, right? And if you get, even 5 matches out of it, that's very good. And as you text, 2 かな? Basically, if you can make it to the date, 20% of the women out of all the likes, right? Then that should be okay. So what I'm saying is, it's either you are not sending enough likes, or maybe you are sending likes to women, but only like super popular women, right? Because if you are sending likes to popular women only, super attractive, kiss, that she shows so much character on her profile and all that kind of stuff, right? If you are sending likes to those women, you might get 1 or 2 matches, but they have like many more matches, right? So many men are lined up on the message box. So it's less likely to convert to the actual dates. Actual dates がね, that matters the most. So yeah, maybe you're sending like very little likes, or only going for popular women. If that's not the case, then maybe your text is too slow, right? If you don't keep it going, and then I think you said you followed my advice, meaning you read my ebook, かな? I assume. I even sent you. I even wrote the section how to text a woman, and then I think I specifically wrote that don't take so much time to get to know her on text, right? So you should keep it going and then set the date, rather than, oh, what kind of, I don't know, oh, what kind of food do you like? What kind, how was your weekend? とかね? Like don't don't try to have a chat with women. Try to set the date. It's dating up. You gotta set the date. Don't stay there chatting with women. So I think that's the common mistakes that I see. Well, maybe it's something else. And then if you really want to examine what's going on, if you want me to analyze one-on-one, I have a dating profile review service, and I will analyze everything on your profile and how you do it. When are you free? I don't recommend that. I am an American and was wondering, as a Japanese woman, why would you not want your country to get strong again? I am sure your prime minister is wise to not repeat history. Why would you not want your country to get strong again? Like, in what sense? I don't think she's particularly making Japan strong again. Like, it sounds like I've heard the line somewhere, but I don't think she's making Japan strong again. Is it? Like, look at Japan, super weak. Like, we have like, we were already kind of in a strong position of the world, right? And then I guess we are still kind of strong. We still have a good reputation from other countries. But look at Japan. Like, yen is super cheap. Everybody is starting to become poor because we can't really afford anything, especially younger generations. Everything is becoming expensive. Housing expensive. And then all the, foreign companies are starting to take over the Japanese things because it's cheap. They can buy Japan, right? In stronger countries like China, American people, many other like bigger countries, they buy houses in Japan and then they don't even live there, right? They just do it as an investment. And Japan is highly relying on importing stuff like food and materials and all that kind of stuff. Now that yen is cheap, everything becomes expensive. People don't really feel Japan is becoming stronger or have some kind of hope from Sanae Takaichi. I don't really think does she even care about us? Really? I don't know. Very much a male authoritative mindset. So that's what I wanted to say. Thanks. Is there a reason Japan needs to build up military suddenly? Their excuse is because we have China, right? And then I don't disagree with it itself, but I don't think China would invade us from the beginning. But I get that many people have that kind of fear. But the thing is, I don't think they even care about the government. It's more about money, right? If Japan gets militarized, there are so many like restrictions will be unrestricted, and then we can make weapons, right? Weapons. More money out of it. なんか I think that they just try to militarize the country to give even more incentive to bigger companies. You know what I mean? But I can be wrong. I'm not like economist or anything like that. But the thing is, I don't think this is for the citizens, just money. You know what I mean? In fact, Japanese citizens are suffering these days. As the yen has become weaker, it helps with exports but makes imports more expensive. How that impacted Japanese? Yeah, I already told you. How much would you have to make to not have contribute to the household? So what you're saying is you want a traditional housewife. So you don't have to do all the housework and um, all that kind of stuff. なるほどね。I don't know where that comes from, but what I know is that many Japanese women dislike being full-time housewives because it makes their position very weak. And if something happens, like what if you lost interest to your partner? Like what if you decide to divorce her? Then those housewives have nowhere to go. They don't have independent career. I mean, you know that, right? So that's a risk for many women. For many women, that's a risk. And Japanese women know that. So I would say that's a very difficult game if you want a traditional full-time Japanese wife, you know? I think the key is actually not money, how much money you make. When it comes to like, if you want to get a full-time housewife in Japan, you have to earn the trust from her, not money. Money doesn't solve that issue. I mean, maybe you can exchange your money with the woman to work for you, but that means you will have a transactional relationship. If you want that, then fine. If you want that, if you really want that, she will get married to you for money, for your money, and if you are fine with it, make more money and then get a housewife. But if that's not what you're talking about, you really have to get trust, right? Because if she doesn't trust you, like 100% trust, if you don't get that, then she will not take that risk to be a housewife. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I think you still need your soft power other than money. And if you're saying if you want to buy a housewife, buy. If you want a housewife because you are rich, then become really rich. Like that's what you have to do if you want a housewife, right? – housewife. You know? You know. So I don't know where it comes from. I don't know your personality or anything. So 30,000 a year in the USA is not enough. No, it's not. 'Cause I'm telling you, yen is cheap. So don't compare. It doesn't convert to the US thing, you know? You can barely hold on a place in any major city in the US. No, not at all. And then when I say 30,000 USD, I'm talking about the double income. Okay? If you make like 3,000 USD in Japan, and she knows how much she makes, maybe, you know, maybe the same amount or slightly less than that, then you can have like a decent life in Japan if it's combined with your wife's income, right? And I'm talking about that because many of Japanese women are expecting doing that double income household, you know? $30,000 a year in Australia would barely cover rent, food cost in Australia. Yeah, yen is cheap. I'm telling you, I'm struggling. You know, everything is becoming like expensive here. Really, that's what I'm telling you. Japan is a cheap country now. Yeah, but yeah, my Japanese salary 500万円、まあ30,000 dollars is the, you know, uh, average かな average salary かな、うん、you see how many people are not making, like how cheap Japanese salary is. Yeah. Can I have side jobs or income in Japan if I am on a spouse visa? Yep, yep. Can you please give my best regards to Takeuchi Riki? Who's that? I send likes to all women more or less. I rarely do left swipes. I try to ask deeper questions too, like what are you looking for? You don't ask that on text. Like read my ebook, how to text section if you have that. She seems to be standing strong against Trump and making it harder for foreigners to invest in Japanese businesses and property. そうなんですよね。Yeah, yeah. She has that kind of like, 何 negotiation skill. That's, I get it. But, so far it's not really working. And then making, まあそうね。And I get that. I don't want like foreigners to just buy Japanese houses or properties for their own profit and then don't really contribute Japan, right? Like for example, buy a whole fucking apartment and then just don't even live there and then get rent, earn rent とかね. That's not really contributing to Japan or at all. So I think those kind of restriction needed. But what they are actually doing is affecting, like negatively affecting, like normal foreign citizens in Japan. You know what I mean? Like I told you, many like local local businesses are leaving because they simply like made it strict to every foreign business owners, right? So I want them to be more clever about it. Yeah. It's been a long time since I've seen you. How are you? I hope the weeaboo aren't bothering you. Oh, that long? That long? Are the different types of ikemen still a thing in Japan, or is that old news? Different types of ikemen? Different types of ikemen, what does that mean? Most Japanese women want a Japanese partner, but among foreign nationalities, which do Japanese women in their 20s and 30s prefer? Most Japanese women want a Japanese partner, but among foreign nationalities, among foreign nationalities, but among foreign nationalities, まあ among foreign nationalities, which do Japanese women in their 20s and 30s prefer? Like which nationality you are talking about? Korea. Korean men has been very popular, especially nowadays. ねえ、もう Korean boyfriends, ねえ、that is status, right? Among young Japanese women. もうね、Korean men are idolized, not just among Japanese women, right? Like globally. Everyone wants to date Korean boyfriend, Korean boys. まあね。だから、まあ、historically とか geographically speaking, Korea has been the biggest country, nationality that Japanese people get married to. Korea, number one country is Korea. Korean spouse, the number one. The number two, among Japanese women, number two became America. American husbands だね。It used to be China, but America took over the place. And the third is China かな。そうそうそう。まあ、this is the simple statistic. Among Japanese marriage statistic. 国際結婚です。International marriage in Japan, the number one country nationality is Korea, number two America, number three China, UK? I think China. かな。Multi Drider, thanks for the super chat. Why do you think some foreigners hate Japan and become YouTubers and trolls complaining and yet some love living in Japan? はいはいはいはい。Thank you. まあね、for them, for them, Japan is like a theme park, right? They live here for their content. mess with local. It's like a some kind of, they don't really see us. They don't really see Japan as a real country or real people. It's just we are just part of their contents, right? And then that really, really bother us, affect our lives. Lives というか、lives. For example, very recently, American citizens broke into a monkey mountain in a very popular Japanese zoo. It's actually in Chiba Prefecture where I live. And I've been to the zoo. And the zoo has been always like for locals, right? And Tokyo people didn't even come there often. But because of the Punch, the monkey, the little monkey who was abandoned by his mom and holding a monkey plushie, that made it really like worldwide famous, right? So they've been very confused after Punch the Monkey became viral on the internet, because many people, not just people from other prefectures, but not nationwide, worldwide. So they were already being panicked handling all those visitors. Due to all the sudden, because they suddenly got very popular, right? And then that happened. Those, American boys, like basically boys, they are like 20 something kind of boys. They broke into the mountain, you know, and then the zoo decided to make it like make it harder to actually see monkey right now. Like they have like more fences or stuff like that, and then you can't really check out monkeys like it used to. It was a very clear view that you can easily see monkeys, but now it seems like it got really, I don't know, more like surrounded by fences, and then like no photos とかね、なんか the rule became really strict. I want that local zoo back. you know but because of that idiot because of those idiots just thinking Japan is some kind of like the world, like a game, RPG game みたいな RPG. They think Japan is some kind of RPG video game. Because of those people, it's affecting us. Like please use your brain. Use your fucking brain and behave. Like behave like you would in any places. Like use your common sense. Like, do they actually don't have common sense? And they've been doing it all the time, even in their country, America, or their country. But they all of a sudden do all those crazy things because it's Japan. In that case, that's even worse. But like, what's the point? Yeah. Damn, rich is not good enough. I'm not saying that rich men get attention. That's for sure. But and then rich men get women. Rich men get women. That's for sure. So if you simply just want to get women, sure, being rich is a very strong feature. But I'm telling you, what I'm telling you is women who come for your money wouldn't make the best relationship, long-term relationship, right? Right? Would you get married to a woman who's just coming for your money? Would you? Then you can be definitely like just an asshole, rich asshole. Sure. But if you actually want a good relationship, be a good guy. Be a good man. Rich is not good enough. That's like, I thought that was a normal requirement. A double income household is great. I think that makes good balance, especially nowadays. It's kind of scary to abandon your career and then become a housewife or house husband even. Don't you think? Do they know who burned down the shrine yet? Oh, I don't know. Did they figure out? Our dollar may be higher, but things cost more in the same way. Yeah. But, the amount of money is just smaller in Japan. Hey there, it's been a while. Requiem Overdrive, welcome back. Wanted to know what are some high paying jobs in Japan that you may have heard about? High paying jobs in Japan that you may have heard about? 闇バイトじゃないですか。闇バイトって。Have you heard of it? 闇バイト。It's like, illegal, illegal jobs. Yeah. Seems like recently there's been like notices and warnings everywhere in Japan. Like 闇バイト, に注意みたいな. Like watch out. To stay away from the illegal jobs みたいな. Because they are sneaky, right? They usually target like younger, vulnerable like, students or something. And hey, I've got really like high paid job. And then it's easy. You just have to stay in a apartment or something like, and then it's actually like drug dealing or prostitution or like some kind of very. But yeah, other than that, and the people just fall for it, right? Well, yeah. People fall for it, take the trap, and then get caught by police or something like that. The thing is, there's no easy, high-paying job. So, like, do you have any more like hints? High-paying job, like, if you're asking me like, oh, do you have any high-paying job that no one heard about, that only you know, like that sounds like a illegal job kind of pickup, you know what I mean? So, yeah, do you have any more hints? Stoner, welcome back. Smiling dog, hello. Cozy cafe. I saw your dating advice showed on Insta, but the advice was non-specific. How back getting into the specifics of red flags? How back getting into the specifics of red flags, green flags? How back って何? How back? って I don't understand. How back getting into the specifics of red flags and gray flags. So when it comes to red flag, right? I am making a long format video to be more like specific. But what kind of specific information you want? And if you want like super specific, deep down advice, the short format is not the place you go, right? But I appreciate that you pay attention to my short format videos. But yeah, I'm trying to make a long format video on a red flag, and if that video doesn't even help you, I don't know what to do. Like if you want like specific situation that you have right now, then I think you should consult with me on my dating advice service. You can't get all the answers from my content or anyone's content that is, that is not specifically made for you. It's made for like broader audience. So yeah, those K-pop guys, I know. Yes, K-pop guys. I don't want to look like a femboy. They look very feminine. Yes, yes. They are not exactly my type either, but seems like young generations, they are more brainwashed by K-pop. You know what I mean? Oh boy, the Koreans that are questionable about their looks, which to me, I don't mind about it. I'm half Japanese, English, and unable to find a Japanese girlfriend. 諦めてきてます。なんで? Half Japanese, English. 諦めてきてます。そうですか。If you don't want to give up, keep trying. If you don't seem to, if you keep trying, don't seem to work, then consult with a dating advisor or some professionals to figure out what's going on, right? Maybe what you are doing doesn't seem to work. Maybe it's time to go over what you've been doing, right? Is it true that gyaru girls don't like shy guys? Gyaru likes anyone who's nice. Yeah, gyaru is super friendly. They don't judge you from your like looks or they're friendly to anyone as long as you are like nice enough, right? So I don't think they dislike shy guys specifically. Korean men can no longer find partners in Korea because Korean women are boycotting them. Fortunately, they are considered attractive in Japan. まあね、どうなんだろうね。まあ、I don't know. I haven't been to Korea とか。I'm not a Korean specialist or anything, but it sounds like extreme. Sounds like on the internet debate, it sounds very extreme. And then it is true that their birth rate is super low, even lower than Japan. So something is going on. And I don't think that's feminism. I think that's more other reasons that probably similar to our countries, right? Not Among English language Japanese YouTubers other than yourself, which do you think represent Japan in an accurate way? Oh, good question. Accurate way か。難しいね。I think まfirst of all, I don't watch so many like Japan contents. Not so many, right? So there are probably like creators I don't even know or I haven't really paid attention to. So it's just my understanding. I can't, if you asked me, I can't really think of a, I can't really name a big creator, especially big creators. You know what I mean? But so, but there are obviously like bad representations, right? For example, まあ、オリエンタルプロとかさ、オリエンタルプロ、Joey from Trash Tastes, they go for extreme content, right? Now, I don't like extreme content, even though they might be fun, they might get attention, but it's not accurate. When it comes to accuracy, it's not, right? There are also like more serious kind of YouTubers like abroad in Japan, right? And I think when he covers topics, it's very professional, and then it's got accuracy for sure. But in his lens, it's more like, but I think that's the point. The lens as a foreigner, right? Lens as a foreigner. And I think there was a discussion too. He sounds like he doesn't seem to adapt Japanese, adapt Japan so well. He's living here as like completely foreigner. He doesn't speak like super fluent Japanese. Um, he's married to non-Japanese person. He's not like super Japanized. You know what I mean? He stays his British identity strongly, and then don't really adapt to Japanese society, right? So is it accurate? Probably yes, as a foreigner. But is it like genuine というか is it like from the very, but it doesn't come from a person who really understood Japanese culture. He's making an observation, but it's not like he is actually adapted to this society very much. まあね。So I think you need to watch many creators and then have a balanced view. Don't just trust one person, but get like more views. You know what I mean? かな。そうだね。Maybe I just don't know many YouTubers. you know. But when it comes to like big names, right? かな? How's Takashi been doing? Takashi. He used to be extreme, from my understanding, but he changed his content style recently, and then after that, I haven't really. I think I blocked him on my YouTube, so it doesn't show up to my feed, because I really disliked. I really disliked what he was doing on his street interview. But I, because I blocked, I don't really know what he's been doing. But maybe he has a really nice, more like balanced, accurate content. But what do you think? Who do you think is more accurate? The breakdown of nationalities for all international marriages in Japan based on statistics data is as follows. First, Korea, yes, both men and women. Second, USA, China だね、そうそう, and fourth, Brazil. So Brazil も still very high. Japan needs to crack down hard on those foreigners that disrespect or break the law. そうね、when it comes to the Americans who broke into Monkey Mountain, they got arrested. I don't know after that. Marrying for money is a transaction, not a relationship. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Definitely having a good relationship is way better than having a worse relationship that can affect your life. True. If someone goes for a partner that is just interested in money, nothing is stopping them from leaving when a richer person comes along. Yes, there's that too. Nothing is either or. Most things are a little of each. Quiet guy. Hello. The system is working better than it has in decades. The oil and defense industries are doing business like never before. Someone has to pay, maybe you. Oh, I meant professional corporate jobs. Okay. Thanks for the super chat. The quantum. American YouTuber that lives in Japan, Sunday Lover, was posted positive videos about Japan, got arrested. Eh? I didn't know that. Eh? Uso. Sunday? She ain't do anything. Eh? Got arrested and spent 45 days in a detention center on false charges. She no longer wants to live in Japan. Oh my goodness. I'm shocked. Well, thank you for the super chat. Eh? No way. No way. I don't know the detail. I don't know the detail, but that definitely shocks me. She never. I've never seen her doing like anything like extreme. Like, what's wrong? What's wrong? Oh my gosh. For example, for all of the signals you highlighted, you mentioned that maybe it's a signal, maybe it's not a signal that a Japanese girl like you. That's not red flag content. I understood your point that you need to consider multiple signals. Yes. And okay, that you liked that content better than the red flag content. Okay. Okay. あの I get it. I think more like to determine whether she likes you or not, it's probably many times easier というか、But when it comes to like red flag, right? But that's more like I intend to say to people who have relationships with Japanese women. And then, but watch out if she has this kind of traits, right? Because, and then if I say like, if she has this run, if she, does this, she's 100% like manipulating you, run みたいなね. That's kind of extreme. That decides whether a person break up with someone or not, which is more responsibility. I can't really make. I have to be more like careful with what you say. So I guess I didn't really specifically say like if this is XYZ, you should break up with her, right? It's something you should be more like, you should decide with many more signals and situation. So I can't, that's not definitely, I can be very specific about. And at the end of the day,まあ、ごめんねこれごめんね in advance. Apologize for in advance. This is a free content, guys. I appreciate your feedback. But at the end of the day, this is a free content. You are not paying for me or anything on my shorts. And then things you can get for free, you don't expect to be like, you don't expect it to be useful for everybody. I don't disclose everything. I can't, maybe there are creators who disclose everything, who is like willing to share every information that they have because they are just nice people. But I guess I'm not a good person. At the end of the day, I have my own dating advice business, and if I showed everything, like every tailored advice to everyone, like I'm disclosing everything I can, but it's not necessarily like everything, not every detail, because at the end of the day, I can do that on my business. And then I generally think that way I can help you more. I can give you a more specific idea because I know you better. You are not just one of my viewers, but my customer. We can get to talk on Zoom face to face. That has, I can get more information about you. So I think your expectation is too high. I can't meet your expectation like that, I'm just being honest, okay? I'm just being honest. I'm not as nice as like, I don't have so much time. I'm a mom. I'm living in this very small apartment. I need to be constructive. I need to be productive. I don't have time to make shorts, like free content, just to be nice to people. This is my business. This is how it goes. Yeah. Connor just did a video of himself and Kaho going gyaru for a day. へえ、ギャルね。cool. I remember at the San Francisco Zoo, a tiger escaped and killed someone who was harassing it. Ooh, the barrier has since been reinforced. あー、なるほどね。あーね。That's sad. Yeah, I mean, if you mess with tiger, that's what it's gonna happen, but they feel that they are entitled to do this kind of behavior, and yes, they do this in the States also. It's a huge problem issue. They have no idea what common sense is. Ooh. I think Joey used to make more meaningful content, but lately he has lost his way a bit. Yeah. In your close social network of Japanese friends and family, how many speak English as well as you and have an understanding of the world outside of Japan? There are a few. かな In my friend circle, I don't have so many friends. But definitely my former coworkers from the company I was working, my bigger corporation, it was a global company. So there were definitely more people who speak English. But they learn English, but they are not necessarily learn the foreign culture like I did. I majored English culture, English っていうのは English speaking country culture ね。in my university, and I have a degree, so I have more like basic understanding than general English speakers in Japan, right? But generally speaking, yeah, English speakers are. I have many English speaking friends, and a few of them, got married to foreigners, and a few of them have lived in outside Japan. So, yeah. Maybe they are cracking down if Sunday spent that long in detention more than Johnny, which is crazy. Yeah. That's like a lawyer. Free advice is general, but your situation may be different. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Hey, do Japanese people find it offensive if a tourist tries too hard to greet or talk in Japanese? Tries too hard to greet or talk in Japanese. I don't think offensive is not the right word, but you might make yourself look more desperate, which is not cool anyway. Advice is of a general nature and may not be specific to your circumstances. Yes, exactly. When it comes to dating, what is most important for a Japanese woman that is 21 years old, 31 years old, and 41 years old? Cool. 21だとね、I think most important 20-year-old woman is proximity. Proximity かな。Proximity. You work with her at like a part-time job とかね。You are a classmate of her. You are in the same hobby community. Proximity ですね。Yeah. Which is strong, you know? I think when it comes to 20-year-old, they're still kind of afraid of going on dating apps, right? They probably start look for partners in their circle. かな Proximity is important and まあね looks and charm looks だね looks the younger it gets the more looks matters. Yeah. When it comes to 31-year-old, that's when it's more like more superficial, I guess, compared to 20-year-old. Your income matters. Like I told you, it's not about just more money, become rich. It's not all about that. Does this guy have potential to grow his income? Does this man more likely to contribute to household, like housework and everything? Like, what if I have a children? What if we have children, right? Because 30 years old definitely think about the kids plan, like how he can be more compassionate during the hard time, like pregnancy or the terrible two, or all that kind of hardships that comes from childcare, right? So yeah, the stability and survival house survival skills is more important. Yeah, 40-year-old women, some of them can be divorced or something like that. So their expectation isn't too high. They have their own careers still. So they just want a partner to spend like later time with. In that case, and then they probably don't think about having more kids or having kids in general when they hit like 40. That's less likely it. So it's really about your personality. How chill you are. how understanding you are. Kind of quality is more important. Yeah. You should start a business vetting girlfriends. I bet people would pay. Vetting? Vetting って何? Like introduce like matchmaking みたいな? I have a matchmaking service, but it's more private. It's not about being nice, it's about being smart. Yeah. You majored in 英語圏? Where? Just curious. So my major was English, right? 英語、英文. だから、まあ、learning English in general, like how to pronounce it better, like とか、まあ、yeah, reading, writing, but also like literatures, foreign literatures, like American literatures, British literatures, occasionally like other culture, like English speaking country, but more like Asian countries. Or I even took a class of like Caribbean culture. So I got to know some like Creole. I forgot like details, but yeah, I saw like a Caribbean culture class. I was at the Caribbean class. So it's more like very general, not like super deep, but I touched many like culture that speak English. David, thanks for the super chat. Chari chari charing. Thank you so much. So David は this time how about I already gave you so many stickers, so かな Bowing Fox ぺっこり Thank you. Mr. Tenyemo, thank you. I think I might have finally solved my line issue. I purchased a consultation and added you online. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. I'll see you there. 10yen はじゃあ to wish your って思った to wish your fortune, but the magnet just fell. Magnet just oh no, the magnet. I think this magnet is too strong, and then it falls off from the charms. Okay, I guess I can't give you this fortune cat. Then ですかね。もちドッグ。もちもちドッグ。Thank you. Can you define common sense from a Japanese point of view as it means different to everyone around the world? Are you shitting with me? At this point, I feel like you are, so I don't answer. Did your parents approve your husband or did you have to convince them? So this is interesting. First of all, my parents love Justin. When I took him to introduce to my parents, they were very much impressed. First of all, how well he speaks Japanese, and he knows so much about like history of. He's a history nerd, but he definitely loves like Japanese Shogun era, things like that. And then my father also loves history, so they got along very quickly. Yeah, they had things in common. My dad and Justin also likes like mountains, mountain hikings. So yeah, they had things in common with. My mother loves foreign music, especially like American hip hop とか. Well, all kinds, but American hip hop definitely. She likes it, and then Justin knows so much about music as well. So yeah, they really appreciated how well Justin adapted this environment, like Japanese environment, already. So there was no issue. But I my parents, especially my mother, didn't like the last boyfriend. And it's not like personally. It's not personal at all. They haven't even met, in fact, because I couldn't because the last boyfriends, like ever, like foreign boyfriends ever, they didn't speak Japanese very fluently. So I didn't have a chance to even like have a chance to have dinner with or things like that, right? And then also, my mother disliked him, especially the last one, specifically because he didn't, he didn't, we were not engaged or anything, right? After being like few years, we weren't even engaged. We weren't even lived together. So to her, to a Japanese traditional, more like traditional older woman, that was insulting. You know what I mean? Oh, you spent few years with my daughter and then you haven't even engaged. That's insulting. What are you even? A boyfriend? What is that? That was her take. So there was definitely like that kind of like that you know, it matters to her. Hey, hey, hello, Gator boy. Gator boy or NASA hat, NASA boy. Florida boy. ピンクです今日は。でも you don't get to touch it. これね取れちゃった。取れちゃった。取れちゃった。マグネット取れちゃった。マグネットね。はい。What did you say? このペタシコ。あ、ペタね。赤ペタ。Yeah, but you know you can't put it on because magnet. There's no magnet here.
Papa's got a list of things he's got to fix.
Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Monkey? You want the monkey? Say words.
Say words.
No.
Say something. What do you want? じゃない。いいじゃない。What?
Ramen? Monkey?
ラ
Sushi?
ラーメンこれ
ーメンこれ
ラーメン。OK。ラーメン。
お寿司だ
お寿司だよ。ほら。お寿司 please。
お寿司です
はーい。
お寿司ある
いや、寿司。
There's sushi. Alright, buddy.
お豆
お豆。It's wasabi.
So sorry.
おしべ
うん。はい、thank you.
Let's see. Oh. Seymour has been blessed. Alright, buddy. Let's go. 3人してライ遊ぶ
Nice.
遊ばない。嘘でしょ。はい、バイバイ。
バイバイ
He was like a storm. He's got so much power. So it's been really hard to push him back, you know? So yeah. Yeah, I think for a lot of Japanese people, even among young ones, the title, putting the title on your relationship really important. Like I get that, you know, in some countries like France, you don't really have to get married, right? You have like you can still get なんか you are still accepted from the society as a couple, and then you can get like, I don't know, like family support if you are raising kids without married. You can still get like a benefit and things like that as a couple. But Japan doesn't have that kind of system, right? まあ事実婚って言うんだけどさ、何事実婚 I don't know how to say in English. You are partner but not married and still accepted by society as a couple, right? まあ Japan doesn't have that because we don't have that kind of concept. So raising kids without getting married is considered kind of weird. Being together for like 10 years without even engaged, considered very weird. People don't even prefer living together before getting married. これも this might be a cultural shock, but yeah, the more serious a person is to get married, they dislike the idea of moving into a house together before setting the date to get married, right? Oh, we just want to spend more time together. We can split the bill. You know, that kind of reasons are not valid in Japan. If you live with this partner, then you are thinking about marriage. You already planned the marriage. なんか so that kind of like putting the title on the relationship it really matters, especially older generation, right? So my mom disliked the idea of being us together for more than like 2 years, 3 years, and then we haven't even engaged it みたいな。So it was kind of sad at that point because his, my ex's parents, my ex's family, they were all nice to me. They really took care of me and was really nice to me. Hence, like, but my parents, my family, were like, I don't know that guy. There's no reason we should be so nice to him, kind of situation. Like we don't dislike him personally, but we don't know this person. Like, and he's not even your fiance. So we are not involving with this. That was their stance, right? And that's how kind of like separated our like Japanese community is. If you are just a boyfriend, I mean, they might be still nice to you. Maybe recent generation, they might be nice to you, but they don't really accept you until you put a ring on her. There's a wall. There will be a wall until you actually put a ring on her. You know what I mean? Have you watched the YouTube channel Nomad Pushy Rides Around Japan? And I don't know him. There are other Asian countries where young women are more likely to choose older men, not Japan. But why older men? It's more about this, right? Does the average Japanese woman use Twitter? I'm a bit worried if she consumes too much of it since there's a lot of hate towards foreigners on the app. そうだね、Twitter はね。I think girls who are into Twitter, who spend too much on Twitter, wouldn't date foreigner, so don't worry about it. Oh, Stig, welcome back. Vetting means evaluating, evaluating girlfriends. でも sometimes I do that. Like if my customer who is in a relationship with a Japanese woman, I definitely give advice on like how compatible you guys are, they are とか、you know the concern that I have for the couple とか。So yeah, because I also do relationship advice. Crunch to Grace Hopper, thanks for the super chat. Catching up from 81 minutes back. Oh, really? Thank you. ちょっと長いね。Sorry. クランチとホッパーになっちゃった。ほっぺ。あ。Thank you. I asked about your major because my ex-wife was teaching that at a Nationality University, but I don't want to say where. あ、そうなんだ。すごいすごい。In Japan, what are the regional cultural differences in personalities? For example, in the US, the Northeast might be more fast-paced, or South is more traditional, the West Coast is more laid back. あるね。関西 people are more laid back だね。They take humor very seriously. They really want to be funny. You know, very fun-loving people, 関西 area, like 大阪. まあ、大阪 Kyoto people are traditional. They are very distant from outsiders. Yet they are really good at hiding it. Kyoto people are no, we call them 腹黒いね。腹黒いっていうのは腹 means stomach, 黒い means black. You know, they have a really, you know, they show they are welcoming you, but in their guts, they are thinking different thing. みたいな。well, that's their reputation. Kyushu people are very friendly. Yeah, easy to get along because they come from more like they come from warmer weather. They are more, I don't know, easygoing かな。Tokyo people are cold. They have no soul. みたいな。I saw him. He was a military bro. Yeah, and which they respected his job, but they didn't respect the fact that we were not like we didn't seem for them we didn't seem to be committed, which might be true. Maybe that was true. Yeah. So I don't deny it. Your mom is into hip hop. Can I ask how old your mom is and how did she get into hip hop? Well, she is 60 something. And then when she was younger, she was, you know, listening to music from like radio or TV show. But she was really into like a black music TV show とか。She's really like all genre, but one of the passion is hip hop. なんか Soul Train something みたいな。She was watching Soul Train. なんか really like hip hop なのかな? Like black music かな。She was into those TV shows, radios. So she can actually she is quite good at listening to English, although she doesn't speak so much. Um, so yeah, and then she also she's also like a military otaku. So she was first excited about the job, but eventually, yeah. Hiro's gonna be too strong for you soon. Yeah, he's becoming, yeah, NASA. So I was with my ex for 20 years, never married. Oh, never married. Ah, and then that is not your ex-wife. Before ex-wife, you were with a woman 20 plus years? Wow. Man, that's not accepted in Japan. うん、すごいね。Oh. So we should propose within 2 years. Basically, 3 years is kind of like a timeline for many people. Yeah. Legally, we were considered as married. Just never signed the papers. へえ、面白い。That's totally cool in Australia. へえ。That's definitely a difference in culture. I think so. I think many Asian countries are like that. Those kind like the rules around the marriage is quite traditional. Why does everyone think old people have money? They are usually on pensions and struggling. But I think old people who come to like dating market, they tend to have money, successful, and then many. I don't want to specify country, but those Asian countries who have like more like in a poor situation, they seem to be into it. I originally thought Eric Surf 6 was your boyfriend. That he's married, right? Yeah, that's kind of that hurts. Cause do I look like a person who like go for old, super old guy and then like maybe for money? No. Nah. I get that. He has that energy. He can definitely match with like younger like souls, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't question that. Hey, my girlfriend from Tokyo. Tokyo people are cold. And she has no soul. How many girlfriends do you have? And then you even said you have a wife at some point. So I am confused. Is there a difference between people from Tokyo and Chiba? Tokyo to Chiba it's next to each other, so we don't have like so much difference, I guess. But from a person who grew up in Chiba, born and raised in Chiba, I think many of Chiba people are more relaxed, more like a little more chill than Tokyo people at first. But many of us also start to go to Tokyo University, Tokyo High School, Tokyo job, right? Because that's where all the opportunities are. And we just get Tokyoized. And many of us become soulless, super cold as Tokyo people. And it's kind of invading Chiba lately. Where I grew up in Chiba, it's very close to Tokyo, right? And when I moved here, when I was like 5, there was almost nothing around this area. There were no big shopping center, no big buildings. It was more like nothing, almost nothing. But still, you know, close to Tokyo. But because people cannot afford Tokyo anymore, people start to move to this area. So the price of the house in this area has become super expensive. There are so many like big apartments, big mansion か big mansion っていうのは、まあ、Japanese mansion, which is like fancier apartments, condos かな condos, so many big condos, shopping malls. It almost looked like a town in Tokyo these days. So yeah, Chiba is not safe anymore. Like the Tokyo side of Chiba is not safe anymore. Will your husband ever be fully accepted into Japanese society? Not in like he's not Japanese, definitely not. But he's accepted by many communities here. Like definitely he's able to make friend circle, like, and then I'm not talking about this foreigner circle, friend circle, but local Japanese friend circle. He can definitely fit into it. And recently he got なんだっけnot catfished not catfished headhunting. He got headhunted from a Japanese company, which he had to say no, but yeah, he is definitely more accepted than normal foreigners because he speaks fluent Japanese and then understands the culture. But まあそうだな legally speaking, he's been struggling to keep his visa, right? Even though he is living here for 10 years, he's still unsure if he can get permanent visa. And that's because it's not because he's not adapted to the society. He is adapted to the society. He has he's been working here so long. He never like received like allowance or anything like that. But the thing is, he's not like high paid employee. Meaning like he's not like working for super fancy companies like Google or Sony or places like that. That's really it. The reason he can get denied visa is his salary, which is ridiculous. And then people just come here as a dispatch, or like who come from like who's sponsored by like bigger companies. They just can apply to permanent visa in the first few years. It's just like, oh, it's about money, huh? Right? So legally speaking, it's more about money so far. And then society, community, like people speaking, he is definitely accepted by Japanese society, I think. I mean, doesn't mean he has the same level of acceptance with Japanese locals? No. But I think he has many more options than normal average foreigner in Japan. Same person. Oh, people just assumed we were married. I assumed you were married with that woman. Ah, so. Hey. Wow. Hey. In America, if you live with your partner for 7 years, it becomes a common law marriage. Interesting. へえ。すごいね。へえ、そんなの。There's no such thing in Japan. Yeah. Yahoo. Self do good. Yahoo. You look like a person who would go for Justin even if he was old, but not because he was old. Oh, そうね。That's romantic. That's romantic. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if he is how he is, I would. I would. Yeah. No, it was when I first found you. I get it. So maybe you discovered me from Eric's six video, like collaboration video, or Frank. Frank っていうのは not you, but Filthy Frank かな。I believe you posted videos of your trips to Seoul in the past. We are the differences you noticed between Tokyo and Seoul. Differences you noticed between Tokyo and Seoul. まあね、the Seoul trip was like more than 5 years ago. 5 years ago かな ?5? 違う、7 years ago? Almost 7 years ago, yeah. So I'm sure things have changed in Seoul. Difference かなそうね。But at that point, 7 years ago, Tokyo was still much more developed. Because, I don't know now, but if you go to, when I went to Tondemon, it's a big fashion street, I would say. Those department stores, like fashion building っていうのかな they were walking throughout the night. That reminds me of more like cities in like Vietnam とか Thai とかなんていうの They just want to make money, so they just keep walking, even though that's not healthy kind of situation. But South Korea, it was still like that. And then people just start eating while they are walking, which doesn't happen in Japan. Like, they are like, they have their clothing shop and then they just sit there eating budak ramen and kind of stuff. It was still very common. That reminds me more of like Southeast Asia than like more developed country. So that was a mixed, like interesting mix. Like Seoul is, I thought it's more like super developed, and maybe it is now developed. Since then they became really big with K-pop, so they have more money. So well, I liked it. It felt more like local. It's not like super man-made. You know what I mean? Tokyo is like almost like robot city. Central Tokyo is like a robot city these days. If you go to Shibuya, it's actually like Blade Runner kind of vibe, right? I'm sorry, but 46-year-olds 全然可愛いじゃない。Cannot give dating advice. 46-year-old. Ah, そっか。You are messing with me, right? I guess it's time. Yeah, why are you offended? Because I don't give you tailored, specific advice for you. It's a new guy? I don't know. Who's this guy? Yeah, I'll just ignore the comment. I asked about Chiba because you said I'm a Chiba girl. I am, yeah. Born and raised. Metaroki. Hello. Pi Lover. Oh, welcome back. I've been in Japan the last 2 months. Just got back to the US. Oh, how was it? Moose. Oh, many people are coming back. Yeah. If you marry a Japanese woman, do you get permanent resident green card? グリーンカードってそれアメリカ US のねグリーンカードね。No. You at least have to hold 3-year spouse visa first before you apply to permanent visa. PM visa. Permanent resident visa. So, but it depends on the person. If you are rich, or if you are sponsored by big companies, like ね、GAFA とか GAFA 系ね、Amazon, Google, or big Japanese company like Sony, Toyota, Honda kind of, then I think you have enough point to apply to permanent visa from the very beginning. 2 years かな 2 years. But other than that, if you are a normal citizen and moving to Japan with your Japanese wife, then you first start from 1-year spouse visa. 1-year spouse visa. And after that, if you behave, you will get 3 years visa. So total 4 years. And then finally you have a right to apply to permanent visa, which is not assured to be accepted. Now, if you to apply to permanent visa, you will need like $1,000. More than $1,000 just to apply it. So, right? I know. Good luck って感じでしょ? So Justin is wondering if he should apply to permanent visa next time or keep his spouse visa and wait for the opportunity. Yeah. Now, filthy Frank. あ、そっかそっか。If Justin's visa was denied, would you move to the US? That's... Well, we should, right? And then I won't get accepted by US とかでしょもうね、ほらね、インターナショナルファミリーはね、the visa issue is always an issue. Many people are either struggling or don't feel so safe around it, unless you are rich. だってさ、if I move to the US, it's gonna take at least a year to be accepted my green card, right? And then until then, either I have to stay in Japan or pay shit ton of money to just stay in the US while waiting for the visa. That is also not easy, right? Justin, I don't think Justin's visa would be denied. Spouse visa, and when we have a child, when we live together at the same place, it's less likely to be doubt this relationship is fake or something, right? We have so many pictures with my family and Justin, and then we have many things to prove. So I don't think he's gonna denied. Permanent visa, 50-50 chance. Spouse visa, 100% accepted, in my understanding, with our situation. Oh, there's a German session going on. It was everything a marriage would be, just not in paper, and she kept her last name. The kids have my name, though. Yeah, interesting. Interesting. Chiba houses are getting more expensive because foreigners are buying houses near Tokyo. That's not the former じゃなくて何 the main reason. I mean, it's contributing a little, I guess, but it's same as in the US. Like, it's things are becoming expensive, and then like rich assholes in Japan, they just want to keep their properties. Also, yeah, like Akia is one of the thing too, right? Foreigner buying properties is just it's not the main reason, yeah. Asagi has an ebook about dating apps. It's worth checking out. Thank you, thank you. Who is unpopular right now in Japan? The Japanese national team for the World Cup or Shohei Ohtani? I don't know much about baseball. Sorry. South Korea is advancing much faster. It's like a time lapse. That's true, yeah. How rapid they develop is remarkable, yeah. Thanks for the information. We are planning on getting married this November, and then I have to start the process of applying for a visa, which I know nothing about yet. まあ、if you know, if you are not so busy, then you can figure out by your own. But it's a lot of process. It's a lot of information to cover. It's exhausting. First apply is exhausting, Renewing visa isn't too much. But Justin just hired a lawyer, immigration lawyer, which cost us so much, but I think it's worth it considering, he's working full time. We have a kid. We had a toddler. All this situation. I think it's a better idea to hire someone. And then they took out the lawyer. She did everything. to make sure the visa will be approved. So yeah, it was very useful. It seems the only one rich people to be happily married with visas. What does that mean? Move here to Australia. They seem to be more open, right? なんか I oh I have a collaboration plan with a podcast owned by Japanese women who live in Australia with Colombian fiancés. So I see so Japanese women living with getting married in Australia, and sometimes it's Australian locals. Their spouses can be Australian locals, but also foreigners. Like one of my friends from university, she moved to the Australia, and then she still lives in Australia with her Hong Kong husband. So that's interesting. というかまあ they are friendly to like international citizens, which is great. But I don't think Justin's family would allow us to do so. you know. So, ね。KGP, welcome back. I sent you $6 on PayPal. Oh, PayPal donation. Thanks for that. ね、パイラバーね。パイラバーだよね。It's nice. You said $6, but it's 920 JPY, which is converted very highly. Yeah, because yen is cheap, this kind of US dollar donation would be converted a bit really high on my PayPal or even YouTube super chat. The thing is, super chats YouTube will take 30%, but anyways, it's converted very well. So yeah. But thank you, Pai Lover. I really appreciate the support. I really appreciate that. I don't know why. I really mean it. This is the most, to me, it is financially rough time since our kid is still small, and we still don't have house. This is we are just renting this apartment, very small apartment. We should get out of here because this is definitely not for 3 people. We can do 1 toddler, but as Hiro grows up, this is too small. So yeah, I need to work my ass off. I'm telling you because last time you didn't know it was me, so now you know. Ah, okay. Yeah, because you have a different name, so maybe you want to hide your real name, so I'm not gonna say your name loud, but yeah. Thank you. Now I know. We have the same issue here. China trying to buy up everything. Yeah, they are powerful, man. So many rich assholes. I mean, no, I'm not personally attacking Chinese people, okay? I just don't like rich assholes. Nice rich people, great. Rich assholes, I don't like them. No matter where they are from, How's Justin? he's doing okay. Yeah, he's trying to focus on his new business with his friends, and for now I can't really disclose so many information, but we definitely we not me they the Justin's company, they definitely will accept more Japanese learners in the future. In fact, they already got some foreign customers who want to learn Japanese, and they're giving they are giving lessons, and they hired nice Japanese teachers who are women. Actually, very nice women. I'm excited to see them in the future. So they are starting off quite well, I think. And in the future, I definitely can introduce you guys to the English, the not English lessons, Japanese classes, if you want to learn Japanese seriously. You know. I was really surprised that the Canadian dollar is worth more than 100 yen. Yeah, definitely. Yen is cheap. Plenty of good Aussie blogs. Left send your women. Left send your women. That's me. First name starts with M. Yeah. Now I know. I'm always upset when you say mean things. Oh, maybe I should have hidden my name. Well, I mean, nobody's gonna use your information, but I just want to respect the policy, to each own. あ、メタロッキーミュージックだ。Welcome back and thanks for the super chat. ね、メタロッキーかな。Thank you. Sagi is a Japanese woman that speaks English. She might be one of the Japanese teachers. まあ、have you seen me teaching Japanese? I have no idea how to do it. Although I'm a dating advisor, so. How has the bad economy in Japan affected dating, you think? まあ、to Japanese locals でしょ? When it comes to Japanese locals, it's definitely devastating. I think many of the people just don't have a confidence to date. Many men, especially men, don't have confidence to date because of their financial reason. They can't really afford. They don't think they can afford dates. They don't think they are worth it. でも でもね、まあ、まあ、dating, まあ、they're not to mention kids でしょ When it comes to having kids, they definitely, this economy is not helping them to have hope, right? Like, I don't think I can afford kids とか。まあ、I was definitely like that. まあ、now I have to think, it's gonna work out. I will work hard and it's gonna work out. But many people cannot decide like that, right? I'm glad it's without Justin, I don't think I would have had kids, right? Justin is very, very cooperative. I knew he's gonna help out. He's gonna participate in household, right? Like right now, he is the one taking care of Hiro. And this morning, he was doing dishes, cleaning the floor and stuff like that. Because I am here working today. So yeah. If it was not Justin, and he was, なんだろうね, he's a very inspiring person. If you don't really know Justin, you probably don't know, but he's very inspiring, and kind of taught me the taught me to have hope. You know what I mean? Having kids made me feel more hopeful. You know what I mean? I have more motivation to do anything. I have more faith in us, as a family. Yeah, it's hard to describe, but so now the family, Justin, Hiro, they are teaching me a whole new world, giving me so many more insights in my life, which is a blessing, Dead pig. Dead pig. Oh, pig mark even. Thanks for the super chat. Is that euro? Euro かな? You are from European country? Thank you. You know what? Since it's your first super chat, I will give you pig pill. This is definitely for you. Pig pill. Get well. Pig. Dead pig. Dead pig. David! Oh my gosh, thanks for the super chat. Even second super chat ね。じゃあ、これは Kennedy Space Center Space Shuttle. Thank you. Thank you so much for the support, everyone. Really appreciate it. I'm trying my best to make this session more insightful or like meaningful. Because of you guys, you're always supportive, and then I'm really glad to have this kind of community, exchanging thoughts and insights. And I'm sure even people who cannot join this live stream, people are watching recap, right? Many other people are watching recap, and because they find this conversation insightful. So thank you for everyone for participating in the live stream. I'm from Austria. Oh, Austria. Guten Tag. Dankeschön. Dankeschön. I learned the German language a little bit, but it's not on point at all. Culture, but you don't truly live until you live for someone else. Yeah, comes from soon to be dead culture, but yeah, this is true. Like it feels much more different, and I think some people can just become some people just pick up and better at it, but I think it's hard because having kids makes you selfless, right? It's selfless. You have to prioritize someone else. Now maybe it can be a relationship, it can be kids, but you have to you are prioritizing someone else over you. It's a very selfless behavior, selfless life. This is like a Buddha, work of Buddha. Selfless. I gotta be selfless, you know. And this is it's like a monk practice, you know what I mean? You gotta be patient, you gotta be selfless, you have to put others first. But that makes you a better person, you know what I mean? Crunch, Hopper, thanks for another super chat. Still 30 minutes back. Okay. May I somehow ask a consultation question for your confidential direct to text response? I'm JA Sensei, by the way. If missed, I will try being more prompt next week. Prompt. Sensei? Oh no, I have no idea. Confidential direct to text response. Text response. Oh, you don't want Zoom consultation, but text? I mean, there is definitely less things I can do if you don't show up on, on a session. Because by texting, I have very less information about you. But if you don't mind that, I can, I can do that within my, dating advice. If you purchase dating advice ticket, then I can give you text-based advice as well. But it's limited. I can't really see you. Then my advice is limited. Will be limited. I will give you a babushka bird. Babushka bird. There's a little bird inside the bird, Thank you. Do you plan topics ahead of time? I don't. I sometimes have a few in mind, but usually you guys give good questions, so I can start from there. Gehen geschehen wink wink oink は oink なの in German? Is that oink in German, or you guys have actually different sound for pig? No. Did I already miss a conversation about American food died near Kyoto? I had just left Kyoto when he went missing. This is... We haven't talked about it. And yeah, I feel really... Yeah, I'm sad to hear that news. I was following casually the news, and then this morning I saw that he found dead. Cause of death is still unknown, right? So I can't make any comments, but on details. But thinking about their parents were trying so hard to find the clue, considering their heart. I can't think of how what they are going through. As a boy mom, I feel so sad. I hope this doesn't involve any crime. I hope it was an accident, but still it's investigating. Because Japan is supposed to be not dangerous, right? Yeah, safe country. If a foreigner was involved in like some kind of crime in Japan, that's like heartbreaking to me. I don't want Japan to have that kind of reputation. And the boy seems to be very, he was not someone like those guys, the Johnny Somali, or like some kind of live streamer, or prank. He was not doing those kind of things. He just likes nature. He just went in the forest because he loves nature. He wanted to explore. So yeah, I hope that was just some kind of accident, nature accident. But who knows? Who knows? I don't think real love till you have kids would give them everything, right? And this is it. That was a 20-year-old boy, right? That you raised him, cared about more than anything over you. Selfless, dedicated. And then now he has so many, future ahead, and then this incident happened, and they had to lose their son like this, which is I can't. I really can't. What if it was Hiro, right? It's like I can't. If I think about it, I would lose myself right now, so I don't think about it. But I really feel sorry for them. Deepest 何 condolence だっけ、ご愁傷様です in Japanese. Pick sounds in German. Grunts quick. Grunts quick. なんか much more powerful than oink or boo boo in Japanese. さすが German. うん。grunts かな。すごいスケーリーだね。さすがジャーマン。German sounds German makes everything more scary. Anyways, it's time for me to go. Thanks for the chat. I really enjoyed it. And then thanks for all the support. I really appreciate it. And next weekend, I don't think I can go live here on YouTube, but probably will do Instagram live stream on Monday, which is Sunday night for you guys for in the US. まあ if you have some time, join the live stream there, but probably not here. ね。So yeah, I'll see you guys in next time, probably 2 weeks later. Anyways, and have a good day. Bye bye.